Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Business English Podcast. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever felt a tad uncertain or hesitant during a project discussion? Well, today we're here to change that. Get ready to delve into the heart of project management, enriched with phrases and expressions that will not only make you sound like an expert, but also boost your confidence. Whether you're a captain of a team or its crucial crew member, by the end of this episode, you'll be speaking the project lingo fluently. Let's set the stage. Imagine you're directing a grand theatre play, lights, camera, action, and all that stuff. Actors are in place, the audience is eager, and the spotlight is on you. Now, this is where the script comes in. In the world of business, especially in project management, communication is your script. The clearer, more precise and effective it is, the smoother your play runs. In every project, from its initiation to its triumphant closing, there's a story, a narrative built on sequences, processes, and outcomes. And embedded within this narrative is the unique language of project management, packed with specialized phrases and terminology. But here's the question: why should you, especially as a non-native English professional, invest time in mastering these phrases? Well, the answer is actually multifaceted. Firstly, we do it for clarity. The right phrases can minimize misunderstandings, ensuring everyone's on the same page. The second reason is professionalism. Using specific, tailored language showcases your expertise and commitment. A third reason here is confidence. When you know the terms, you can engage in discussions more assertively and actively. And finally, we do it for networking. Being able to converse with peers from different backgrounds broadens your network and opens doors to opportunities. We know diving into the realm of project management in English can be daunting. Still, with the right tools, precisely what we're offering today, by the way, you can navigate it with ease and flair. Today's episode is designed meticulously for you. Not only will we walk you through the essential phrases and their contexts, but we'll also pepper in tips, anecdotes, and a few common pitfalls to avoid. By the end, you'll be equipped to engage in any project conversation, no matter how complex. So, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're embarking on a linguistic journey through the stages of project management. Whether you're just starting or seeking to refine your already impressive vocabulary, there's something here for everyone. So, let's dive in. But first, maestro, please. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business English Podcast, helping professionals communicate more effectively, more confidently, and with impact. With your host, Rob, from Energetic English. Let's get down to business. Right then, we're jumping right in today. So in this section, we'll be looking at phrases for 6 elements of project management that you might encounter. Of course, this list is by no means exhaustive, but it will certainly get you on the map and up to speed with all the vital phrases required. Within each element, we've included 3 phrases to give you some variation and to cover multiple approaches within each element. So here's how it works. I'll provide a phrase followed by a brief pause. This pause is your golden opportunity to repeat it, drill it, note it down, and internalize it. After that, I'll weave this phrase into a contextual example. The aim? Well, to cement these phrases in your mind, letting you grasp not just their sound, but also their real-world application. So, let's start our linguistic journey. Number 1, initiating a project. Here are the 3 phrases. We need to identify the project scope. We need to identify the project scope. Before we move forward, we need to identify the project scope. What are our primary goals and boundaries? What are our key deliverables? What are our key deliverables? To get a clear vision, it's vital to ask, what are our key deliverables for this quarter? Who are our stakeholders for this project? Who are our stakeholders for this project? We have various departments involved, so who exactly are our stakeholders for this project? 2. Planning and strategy. Let's outline the milestones and deadlines. Let's outline the milestones and deadlines. To ensure everything runs seamlessly, let's outline the milestones and deadlines for the next 2 months. We should allocate resources strategically. We should allocate resources strategically. Considering our budget constraints, we should allocate resources strategically to maximize output. Prioritizing tasks is essential for our timeline. Prioritizing tasks is essential for our timeline. With so much on our plate, prioritizing tasks is essential for our timeline and efficiency. 3. Assigning tasks. I'll assign Sarah to lead the task. I'll assign Sarah to lead the task. Considering her expertise in data analytics, I'll assign Sarah to lead that task. Who's taking ownership of this segment? Who's taking ownership of this segment? We have 5 modules to develop. Who's taking ownership for this segment? We need a point person for client communications. We need a point person for client communications. With so many client queries pouring in, we need a point person for client communications. Any volunteers? 4. Checking progress. Can you provide a status update? Can you provide a status update? As we approach our weekly meeting, can you provide a status update on the software integration? How are we tracking against our goals? How are we tracking against our goals? It's been a month since we started, so how are we tracking against our goals? What obstacles are we currently facing? What obstacles are we currently facing? It's essential to be upfront about challenges. What obstacles are we facing in the implementation phase? 5. Addressing issues. We've hit a roadblock with. Team, we've hit a roadblock with our main vendor. Let's strategize on potential solutions. We need to revisit our approach. We need to revisit our approach. Given the feedback from the test, we need to revisit our approach. Let's brainstorm alternative solutions. Let's brainstorm alternative solutions. The current platform isn't supporting our load. Let's brainstorm alternative solutions. 6. Closing a project. Let's conduct a post-project review. Let's conduct a post-project review. With the project wrapped up, it's time for reflections. Let's conduct a post-project review next Tuesday. What were our key takeaways? What were our key takeaways? The project had its ups and downs. In our review, we should discuss what were our key takeaways. How can we improve for our next endeavor? How can we improve for our next endeavor? Continuous improvement is the key. So, any thoughts on how we can improve our next endeavor? Well, that really was a handful, wasn't it? Remember, the beauty of language lies in repetition. The more you practice these phrases, the more naturally they'll come to you in real life scenarios. Keep practicing, and soon you'll find yourself using these phrases effortlessly in your daily project management activities. And up next, we're going to delve into what not to say, so stay tuned. Now, before jumping into the next section, I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that if you wanted to get more out of the Business English podcast, then that is possible. For example, full transcripts complete with timestamps so you never miss an expression, phrase-focused one-pagers to quickly refresh your memory before that next last-minute meeting, pronunciation support to assist with the trickier elements of business English, live read-along transcripts, quizzes, and much more. If this sounds like it could be useful, then the Business English Podcast Premium subscription could be for you. Check out the details at the link in the show notes. Right, on with the show. So, as we delve deeper into the realm of project management language, it's equally crucial to touch upon what not to say. It's like navigating a maze. While you need to know the correct path, it's equally essential to be aware of the dead ends. Why? Because certain phrases can dilute your message, come off as unprofessional, or even worse, lead to misunderstandings. So, let's dive in, debunk these pitfalls, and steer clear of these linguistic traps. For each of these 6 erroneous examples, I will first give you the incorrect example, followed by the correct one, before then using it in a contextual example for clarity. Okay, here we go. 1. Incorrect. We have no time for planning. Correct. Our timeline is tight, but planning is crucial. Our timeline is tight, but planning is crucial. Even though our deadline is approaching fast, remember, our timeline is tight, but planning is crucial to ensure project success. 2. Incorrect. That's not my problem. Correct. That's outside my expertise, but let's collaborate to find a solution. That's outside my expertise, but let's collaborate to find a solution. Example. When faced with a challenge outside your domain, instead of shrugging it off, try saying, "That's outside my expertise, but let's collaborate to find a solution." This approach fosters team unity and problem solving. 3. Incorrect. I guess we could try. Correct. One potential strategy might be. Example. Confidence in communication is key. Instead of the unsure, I guess we could try, pivot to one potential strategy might be, this exudes confidence and clarity. 4. Incorrect. This will never work. Correct. There are some challenges with this approach. Let's discuss alternatives. There are some challenges with this approach. Let's discuss alternatives. Example. Being dismissive can demoralize the team. Instead of shutting down ideas with, "This will never work," opt for, "There are some challenges with this approach. Let's discuss alternatives." This constructive approach keeps the conversation flowing. 5. Incorrect. I haven't read that email. Correct. I haven't had the chance to review that email yet, but I will do so shortly. I haven't had the chance to review that email yet, but I will do so shortly. Example. Staying informed and timely is crucial. If you've missed something, acknowledge it professionally. Instead of, I haven't read that email, communicate your intent with, I haven't had chance to review that email yet, but will do so shortly. 6. Incorrect. It's good enough. Correct. It meets the current criteria, but there's always room for improvement. It meets the current criteria, but there's always room for improvement. Example. Striving for excellence should always be the aim. Rather than settling for, it's good enough, set a higher standard by saying, it meets the current criteria, but there's always room for improvement. In the bustling world of projects, our words shape perceptions. They can be the bridge to success or, if chosen unwisely, can create barriers. Remember, it's not just the choice of words, but the intent and tone behind them. Always strive for clarity, positivity, and of course, collaboration. As we near the end of this enlightening episode, let's take a moment to reflect on our journey today. Project management, at its core, revolves around effective communication. Whether initiating, planning, executing, or wrapping up a project, the right words can pave the way for smooth sailing. Today, we dived into essential phrases across various project stages, ensuring you're equipped to articulate precisely and clearly. We also looked at common missteps in communication, emphasizing the importance of not just what to say, but also what to avoid. So let's remember, clarity is king. Always be explicit and transparent. Positivity paves the way. A constructive tone fosters collaboration and, of course, mutual respect. And finally, practice makes perfect. Almost. Revisit these phrases, practice them, and before you know it, they'll be a part of your everyday vocabulary. But remember, this is just the beginning. Keep practicing, keep learning, and always aim to elevate your communication game. And that just about does it for today's episode. That's another one wrapped up. A huge thank you to you, all our dedicated listeners. Your quest for knowledge and eagerness to refine your skills truly drives us to deliver the best content episode after episode. Remember to subscribe, share, and drop us your feedback. We always love hearing from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and of course, keep it strictly business. You have been listening to the Business English Podcast. Remember to subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next time.